Hello, this is Karen, and I'm with Trumpet of Truth, and we just had a wonderful, powerful service where we've just heard the great plans that God has for us for this year. And we are to open wide our hearts and be His heart here on this earth, and be His mouth, be His hands. And we have a wonderful lady here who wants to share what God is doing in her life. And here is Tina.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tina Smith, and I just have a really profound testimony. I work in the fields of mental health, and my schedule is typically well packed during the week. But Friday morning, something so profound happened that the Lord just literally cleared my schedule in the morning. And so, as I was getting ready, I had an individual from my church who comes and cleans my home, and I was just preparing to leave, and she had someone with her that I had not known before. And Teresa and I were just talking about Jesus and talking about all the amazing things that the Lord is doing. And this individual off to the side who was sitting at the countertop, who just was listening and had stood up, and after some words were said, she shared some beautiful scriptures. And then she stood back for a second, and then she just said to us, do you guys believe in healing? And of course, I absolutely believe in healing. We want to see the Lord move in such mighty ways. And she just said, it's really strange. I woke up this morning and a rib was out, and it was really bizarre. And she had just said, I'm in a lot of pain, and would you be willing to pray for me? So I went over to this person, and I just said, what rib, like what side? And I placed my hand on the side where her rib was out, and I could feel that her rib was out. And so I just started to declare healing upon her body. I cursed the root of it, and the Lord gave me a revelation for her during that time about something that was deeper that was going on, that the Lord was trying to draw out, that it wasn't a spirit of infirmity, but it was in fact something the Lord wanted to bring healing to her life. So in that moment, I was able to curse the root of the source. The Lord gave me a vision for her that I shared. And, what a beautiful moment. She started to cry. She knew what was happening in her life, what the Lord was bringing healing to. But I have to tell you, the confirmation came to that when I felt her rib actually move and be set back in place. And as I continued to pray, and then the Lord was finished, I just went silent to make sure He had nothing else to say. And we just paused, and she looked at me and she said, I was so hoping that you wouldn't move your hand from my rib because I felt it move. And she looked at me and I said, I want to confirm the very thing that you felt is the same thing that I felt, and the Lord has brought healing to your life and whatever. And she knew what it was. It's not up for me to know. It's between her and the Lord. And, the other thing I want to say is that we can get so busy, and Pastor René spoke about, how to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And the biggest thing in my life is knowing how to lay down our schedule for the Lord. And in that moment, what I recognized is that our schedule shouldn't be confined to a 9 to 5 or whatever it is that we have in the day, is that the Lord uses us in so many different ways. And I just want to share that even though I work in mental health, in a simple thing such as someone coming into my home, the Lord used that moment just to glorify His name. And so I hope this blesses everybody to know that you are supposed to be used, and just to take up that ministry time whenever you have it. Bless everybody.